Romantic advertisements picturing the great freedom in the office of the future make us wish for a flexibility that is miles away yet for German offices. Although high-tech wonders that can do far more than their users will ever ask them to do are nowadays common at the workplace, they often require enormously intensive handling when it comes to what they are asked to do, and they can do too little to fulfill modern visions of efficient workflows.
Even the most modern devices in our offices today, such as printers, are still stupid and inflexible. They do offer comprehensive functionality, but this is statically defined in advance. The user must know this range of functionality in order to be able to select the appropriate functions. The device does not adapt to the needs of the user. Spatial flexibility is still very limited too. I can use those devices that I happen to be connected to. Often, the device that would actually be the most suitable one is not available to me. The solution of the future cannot consist of constantly offering new functionalities, but can rather only consist of specifically mapping these functionalities to the needs of the customer and offering them independent of place and time.
One example. Here, a vacation request is coming out of the printer. Nice work, but only a tiny part of fulfilling the overall task. Submit a request for vacation. Such a request normally involves several persons and an ever-recurring chain of events. From determining the dates and synchronizing them with colleagues, making the request, getting approval from the supervisor and others, regulating who will act as a substitute, to questions, change requests, signatures, and routing all across the company. It would be possible, of course, to come up with a large central software solution involving high costs and resulting in a sophisticated solution which would again be inflexible. The other option is to make the individual end devices smarter.
We first look at the workflows and the technical infrastructure totally independent of each other and ask questions about the complete workflow that will lead the user to his goal. In order to do this, we describe all process building blocks, model the flow of events, and develop automatisms for this. Then comes the decisive step. We bring the functionality into the end devices in a decentralized manner and only via individual software. All devices involved, independent of the concrete office of the user, the service or the country, will then know in advance what the user wants and will control the process correspondingly.
In the case of a vacation request, this might mean that the printers know which colleagues must be informed when and where, by email or printout, how and to whom the reactions of the other persons must be distributed, and the issue of where the user sends his request from does not concern his virtual office at all. Printers and other common office devices are mass products, and so far the manufacturers have continuously brought new models to the market all the time in order to win new customers with ever-new technical features. Individualization has been expensive because of low quantities.
The key to the virtual office and the cost-efficient individualization of office end equipment is the product line approach. What has been common for years in the automotive industry will now also find its way into the office environment. The recommendation we give to the manufacturers is to no longer constantly bring to market new models driven by technology, but rather to offer customized variants of the products. This means not 5 new printers, but if necessary, thousands of specifications of the same device.
IESE supports manufacturers in developing and introducing to the market product lines on all levels, in other words, already during the study of market and customer demands. A decisive role is played by the software architecture in which the basics for producing a multitude of variants, as well as product families, are anchored right from the start. Flexible architecture patterns permit the design of highly complex variants. Systematic variant management provides overview and easy adaptability during the development of software systems. Accompanying evaluation procedures and predictability models check all properties, all the way to the finished product and its operation.
The product line approach, which Ricoh has developed together with Fraunhofer IESE, enables efficient and systematic construction of high-quality office equipment tailored to the individual needs of our customers. By harmonizing mobility, workflow, and secure access to all required services and documents, we accommodate the needs of our customers. Customers are therefore able to focus on their main jobs anywhere, anytime by utilizing Ricoh solutions to optimize customers' workflow. For manufacturers of office equipment like Ricoh, efficient customization of high-quality products is a key advantage in a competitive market.
Another example from the IESE think tank. On the multi-billion market for cameras, future profits will not only come from the next jump in megapixels, but from the camera that knows who it is working for.
We are thinking about a camera for the police, a camera working in isolation, which has knowledge about the policeman's job.
It might guide him step by step, object by object, through a mission scenario such as securing evidence, could independently document workflows and locate them, since through GPS it will also know exactly where it is.
Our goal as IESE is to support industry in the software-controlled transition from being a supplier of products to becoming a supplier of customer-specific solutions. We are firmly convinced that new innovative business models will also be created in the wake of this transition. The customer will no longer buy or lease equipment, but will only pay for its actual usage. This will also result in the need for a new infrastructure of small and medium-sized enterprises that will sell these services in real time, read the usage and write invoices.
The virtual office is only one example of more flexibility and relief in everyday work, although an enticing one.